Another week, another fan footage, and this one is The Houses October Built or Houses of Halloween, depending on where you're from. This was directed by Bobby Rowe, who co-wrote it with Zach Andrews and Jason Zada. It stars, strangely enough, Bobby Rowe and Zach Andrews, as well as Brandy Schaefer, Mikey Rowe and Jeff Larson, with all of the characters having the name of their actor. Makes it kind of easier in some ways, but makes it a bit weird when you're talking about deaths. But this is one of those that I didn't actually see for a long while. I'd heard about it, and it's almost like my own journey for Blue Skeleton. I knew of it, I just hadn't done it yet, and then I was like, well, I'll have a look, and hunted it out, and got a bit creeped out. I think one of the standout enemies, I guess, or whatever you want to call it in the film, is the porcelain doll girl. She is on the posters for a reason. Her inclusion, her moments are very unsettling. But all of the scare people in this are really kind of creepy. I do like the fact they intercut bits of interviews with people, for other haunts and things like that. And I do like the fact that it is about a journey to finding this goal, this blue skeleton. They go to all these other haunts and hear whispers and rumours and begin chasing it. But you see the thread throughout. They are constantly being followed and tormented, really. I remember seeing the sequel a while back as well, but I haven't seen it for a while. But if people do want me to talk about that once this month's over, I'm quite happy to watch it again. But I do think this was very good at the slow burn. Like I say, we go through these haunts, we get to know the characters, then stuff starts happening to them, including the time that, one comes into the RV, takes cameras, watching them sleeping. That really sent shivers down my spine. I got very creeped out because you get into the mindset of, what if someone did that in my home or in an RV or whatever it may be? What if someone did that? And I didn't know until I looked at the footage. It is a defilement in some ways. It is uncomfortable. When we're asleep, we're at our most vulnerable. All animals are that sleep. I think all animals do sleep. But we are vulnerable. We can't just defend ourselves. We have to stir our body into action first. There's lag, effectively, on your response to a threat. Also, you might get taken out and not even know because you were asleep. There's so much unsettling stuff about the idea of someone being there while you're sleeping and vulnerable. And that's what I think really latched on in me when watching this. That moment said, I need to carry on watching this, I need to understand how this ends, and I need to talk about it at some point. The buried alive thing at the end as well, it's one of the common fears that people have. The idea that you might go into a very deep coma with almost imperceptible heart rate and breathing, and someone might accidentally put you in a coffin. Hopefully you haven't asked to be cremated, but you could wake up struggling underground to breathe. And many, many, many years ago, during the plague and things like that, they had bells that people could ring in the coffins. And it's a terrifying concept. You can look at all these things online. I've seen it. All these guides of what to do if you're buried alive, what to do if this happens. Remembering it in the moment is very different to knowing how to do it. It's not something you can really practice in normal life to make sure you can kick the bottom out of the coffin or whatever. But this doesn't just start with the fear. Like I say, it slow burns its way through and then ramps up quite a bit towards the end. And I like that it does that. I appreciate what this did. It took me on a journey, it creeped me out, it made me fear for particularly Brandy. You got to know and love these people in some way, and I think they did a really good job with The Houses October Built. That's what I've always known it as, so that's what I'm calling it. But what did you think of this? Did you enjoy it as much as me? Did you think it was just yet another low effort found footage fare? That's fine. Please let me know in the comments. But next week, if I've done this in the order I think I am, next week will be our ending point before we go then into November. And it's been a ride. It's been fun. But yeah, we have one more thing, and I promise you that will be a fun ride on its own. So I hope you join me for that and everything else. But thank you very much for watching. And as always, until next time, take care.
So no, what